This video had to be done, and so it's gonna get done. This is an apology video. It's not an apology to anybody I criticized here on YouTube, because the people I called out on YouTube needed to be criticized. But this is an apology video to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I know Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. cannot watch this video, but this is an apology to him because he needs one. I apologize to you, Dr. King, because we completely forgot what your message was about. My generation screwed up your dream speech, and we made it and took it, bits and pieces from it, fit into our own agenda, and we made social segregation even worse than before. I apologize to you, Dr. King, that my generation is more obsessed with race than any other generation before me. I apologize to you, Dr. King, that the amount of millennials, older millennials and young millennials, can't seem to understand that we have to live together and not see color, and not see gender, and not see ethnicity. I apologize to you, Dr. King, that the heart of the humanitarian that you had no longer exists in young people anymore. I apologize to you, Dr. King, that we would rather separate ourselves based on skin color and political identity instead of coming together as Americans and as humble human beings and decent-hearted human beings. Dr. King deserves this apology because no millennial is going to take responsibility or have the cojones big enough to apologize to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. for screwing up his I Have a Dream speech. Now, I personally do not judge anybody based on skin color or gender or sexual orientation or anything of that. I don't do that because I know on an ethical and moral level that is wrong. But the majority of people in my generation are more obsessed with race than any other generation I've read about since the Greatest Generation. People of the Greatest Generation worked together. They lived together. The reason why they did that is because they needed to support each other during the times of the Great Depression and the recovery from the Great Depression. The Greatest Generation is labeled the Greatest Generation for a reason. The millennials are the worst generation. That's how my generation will be remembered, as a pile of lazy, useless, ignorant people. I'm ashamed to call myself a millennial. Unfortunately, I am one, and that will never change anything. But I make a vow, and I'm swearing this vow, and I'm raising my right hand for it. I vow that when I have children, my children will never be like my generation. My children will never judge people based on skin color. My children will judge people based on the content of their character. I vow that my children will never be taught to think of somebody based on their gender or their sexual orientation, but to see someone as a human being, not what they look like, or not how they express themselves. I vow that my children will never, 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 never take what they have for granted. I vow that my children will fight for injustices, but at the same time, not encourage more injustice to fight injustice. I vow this. The reason why I vow this is because it is my hope that when I have children and that their generation grows up and becomes adults, that they'll fulfill Dr. Martin Luther King's dream. I solemnly swear all that with my right hand. And I did that in this video so you can know that I genuinely mean that. Anyway, that's the end of this video, and I had to talk about this because it irks me that, you know, we have more of a social civil war, more social segregation than ever before. Although we don't have signs that say no fill in the blank people allowed here, but we label each other with so much hideous names that people don't welcome each other in any circle anymore. Colleges used to be integrated socially. Now they're segregated socially. Have you ever noticed how, you know, Black Lives Matter never wants white people to help them? Have you ever noticed that how feminists think men are useless? Have you ever noticed how these groups on college campuses do the opposite of what Martin Luther King dreamed of? They do the complete opposite. That's what this video is about. It's about the pathetic way that society has taken this beautiful man's message, this amazing message of humanitarian and hope, and the snowball effect that it's turned into today. See you guys.